Hi everyone, this is Erica Slayton with Healthy Family Oils, and I'm coming to you today for a purpose of describing the various uses for Valor essential oil. Now, interestingly enough, this beautiful purple bottle of this gorgeous bluish purple oil, Valor, was sitting in my oily closet for about 5 years. Unbeknownst to me, how it actually smelled. So the cool thing about Young Living is that you put an order in your essential rewards, which is sort of like an auto ship, but on major steroids because of the flexibility it gives you. Anywho, so I had an order placed 1 month. It was big enough to where they gave away Valor for free 1 month, and I got it and I stuck it away in my oily closet for a long time, obviously. And I was actually doing a rally not too long ago, and I was speaking in it, and a friend of mine, Nikki Holland, says, "Girl, you need to try this. Put it on. It's gonna help kind of boost your confidence for your speech." And I was like, why not? I love oils. I'll try it and see what happens. So I dabbed some on my neck. I always put my oils on my temple for some reason, except peppermint, and just dab it on. And within a few minutes, I was like, man, what the heck is this oil? This smells fantastic. And she says, what are you talking about? Everybody knows what Valor is all about and how wonderful it smells. Well, apparently I didn't. I was like the last one to know. So that goes to show you, okay, first of all, this is a kind of an expensive bottle. It's almost 40 bucks. Not currently, because for the next 3 days, it's 20% off. That is October 23rd through the 25th of 2018. So if you missed the boat, I'm really sorry, but keep watching for sales because they happen every once in a while. But this little bottle came free for me. So again, let's talk about the 20 uses for Valor essential oil. So I'm gonna grab my notes, because one of the things when I do my videos on products is I do a lot of research. And I'm an avid researcher anyway, but it's one of those things that I like to make sure that I'm passing along accurate information to you. Of course, my own product use as well is another thing that I do. So this is how I'm using Valor as well in some of these parts, because fortunately, some of the things I don't have issues with, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So Valor is called Courage in a Bottle. And when it comes to Valor, if you're feeling a little nervous or anxious or fearful, a few drops of Valor can go a really long way to restore your confidence and even ease some of that anxiousness that you might have. It's also got another nickname, Chiropractor in a Bottle. This essential oil is actually a blend. So it's not just a single oil, it's a blend. It's made from things such as frankincense, rosewood even, spruce, and my favorite, blue tansy. So my favorite single is blue tansy. My favorite blend is Valor. This oil is very, very powerful in its restorative qualities, and it helps to stimulate your nervous system. And it's, of course, got a lot of other fabulous properties that I'm going to kind of highlight for you. There's also about 20 uses of Valor, and these are like the top 20 because there's more. One of the things about essential oils, which is absolutely phenomenal and a little overwhelming, is the fact that there are so many uses and they're very, very versatile. So it does require a little bit of research. And if you watched a couple of my other videos, I show you some of those tools that I use to research, not just Pinterest, not just YouTube, and certainly not just the internet. So here we go. Here's 20 uses for Valor. And then of course, some of these are my personal favorites. So the first one is providing courage. So that's what I used Valor for my very first experience with Valor, which was speaking in front of 300 Young Living representatives. But obviously the courage comes from really within, deep within you, to do whatever it is that you need to do. However, when you put Valor on, it does tend to boost that confidence up a little bit and encourage. And of course, as a result of boosting your self-confidence, your self-esteem goes up. So that's not a bad thing. So dab some on your wrist, put some on, in my case, I like to do it on my neck, and then again, my temples. So the second idea for Valor and way to use it is, do you ever wake up in the morning and just have like that kind of like that stiff neck going on, or maybe you just look down at your iPad too much or your phone too long or looking down at your computer all day. Rub a few drops of Valor on your neck and see what happens. I promise you will not be disappointed. The third idea is to make a perfume or a cologne because it smells fabulous for men or women, and it will absolutely smell wonderful on either one of you. And of course, the plus is it also has some reported healing properties, so you get that bonus too. Do you ever have feelings of anxiety or anxiousness? Then Valor is a very effective stress reliever. Also, it can relieve those feelings of anxiousness for you. And of course, if you're ever feeling blue, Valor is a great oil for that too. And since Valor is called Chiropractor in a bottle, gotta love that name, it would be really wonderful if your chiropractor would use it when they make adjustments to you. So rub a few drops on the bottom of your feet, have them rub a few drops on your spine, or have your spouse do it before you go to your appointment, and you will see a difference and feel a difference. The sixth way to use Valor is if you happen to be an athlete or a gymnast or a runner or a cyclist or a yoga or Pilates fanatic like me. Valor is great for those tense muscles, or even when you have those Charlie horses that are oh so wonderful, and put a few drops on that affected area and you definitely will feel a difference in a few minutes. The seventh way to use Valor happens to be when you wake up in the morning from like maybe that really sore jaw from that grinding from too much stress at night. So this is actually one of the ways that I learned recently to use it, and I do grind my teeth at night, and it's actually worked pretty well for just kind of relieving that discomfort when I wake up from that being so tense. So it helps soothe that. And the eighth idea is just as though Valor can help the discomfort on your jaw from TMJ, the same thing can happen with your other joints. So I started using it on my shoulder recently because I have a little bit of issues there, and do it twice a day. And a few weeks later, it is reported that you will feel a difference. So I just started doing that myself so I can report back on my experience in a couple of weeks. The ninth way to use Valor is if you happen to suffer from low back issues such as myself, L4, L5. Thank you very much. So check this out. Apply Valor along the affected area and the bottom of your feet. Don't forget the bottom of your feet twice a day. And be sure to tell me how you feel in a couple weeks. So not only did I start doing that for my shoulder, but I also started doing that for my lower back. So I'm really excited to see how that works. Now, this is really interesting, and I have not personally tried it, but if you do happen to know anyone that's special, someone in your life that sleeps next to you and makes a ton of noise, then why don't you apply some Valor to their right foot big toe right before you go to bed. And it is reported that that will help keep that annoying noise at bay. Now, the 11th idea for the use of Valor is that, we all know that every single day of ours is not perfect, that we all have bad days and we all have good days. And sometimes you're just not going to have a good day, and what you want to do is, if that's the case, is sprinkle a few drops of Valor on your wrist, breathe it in, put it on your temples like I said earlier, or you could even take your bottle, take off the lid, just breathe in for a few minutes. It's amazing what deep breaths will do for you too, so don't forget that. But when they're deep breaths with Valor, it's even better. Because it will definitely make you smile. And the 12th way to use Valor is because this oil does do a ton for your mood, it also does a lot for your spirit and balancing that out. So just put a few drops on your feet, along your spinal column, and you will definitely feel a change. The 13th is, do you want a little pep in your step? So while you're working out, we all want that extra boost of energy. At least I know I do. I know that this morning when I was getting up and out of the house to go to work, I thought to myself, oh, Today is the day to go to the gym. And as much as I love going to the gym, it's cold and wet and rainy outside right now, and I just did not feel like getting out, but I did it anyway. I just pushed through and I inhaled my Valor and I did what I was supposed to be doing. But if you do need that extra little boost, put some Valor on the bottom of your feet before you work out. It will enhance your performance too. So that's always awesome. So earlier we talked about rubbing Valor on your big toe for that really super annoying, obnoxious noise that your partner makes at night, or maybe you do. Shh. So if that's the case and it's gonna help with that noisy sleep habits, imagine what it will do if you can't sleep. So let's say that you always have trouble sleeping, or you wake up during the middle of the night and you just can't seem to get back to sleep. Try some Valor, pop it on your feet, put it on your neck and see what happens. It's exciting. I actually made this recommendation to my stepfather, and hopefully he is using that successfully. So we'll see in a couple nights when I see him for dinner. The 15th idea is if attention is an issue for you, or you may be having trouble remembering things, try Valor out for size. Diffuse it, apply it to your body topically, or just scatter it over your pillow before you go to bed at night. And I think a great idea for Valor might be to make a pillow and linen spray out of it, and then extend the life of your bottle a little bit, because like I said, it's a little pricey, but it's on sale right now, so stock up. But you know what? Just a few little drops in a bottle with some distilled water goes a long way. And then the 16th idea is if you happen to have baby or babies in your house or in your family, and they're super duper cranky or colicky, this oil is actually deemed safe for infants and babies. So if it helps us with sleep, imagine what it can do for the baby and then your sanity. So if you're cranky or if they're cranky, diffuse it in the air, and you can obviously just feel better overall, and so will they, because they'll actually rest, and so will you. The 17th idea is that we all know that lavender has been around for a long time, and not in terms of the plant, but in terms of being a first aid helper, so to speak. And a lot of people have known about lavender for thousands of years in terms of helping with that skin first aid. But Valor does the same thing if you happen to get burnt. So try that the next time that happens. You can certainly grab the lavender or the Valor. The 18th idea is if you happen to have discomfort in your noggin, whether it's from stress or hunger or tension or whatever it is that's causing your discomfort in your head, Valor is wonderful by massaging it on your forehead. So just be gentle about it, because you have a headache. And then the 19th idea is for a wonderful afternoon pick-me-up. So most of us, when it's the afternoon time, we'll go reach for our cup of coffee so that we can try to have that afternoon caffeine kick. Instead, why don't you try grabbing your handy dandy bottle of Valor. I can just smell it without the lid on. It's amazing. And massage it onto your neck, your chest, your hands, and your wrists, and try to just inhale and breathe that in instead of grabbing the coffee. And last, but most certainly not least, do you ever have those moments where you're starting to feel like you're about to freak out? So you want to go for that little bottle of pills that so many people unfortunately rely upon, right? I know a lot of people that are on this particular medication to calm themselves and get them back down to a state of calm. Well, the next time you're starting to feel like that, grab your bottle of Valor, because this is one very powerful oil. And so it is definitely now a staple in my essential oily closet and my rack. So I definitely suggest that you keep a bottle in your purse or your car and your oily closet too. So please subscribe, please like, please comment. Let me know how you're using Valor, because I'd really be anxious to find out how you're using it. If it's any different from these 20 ideas, please like, share, comment, and subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great one.